This is the Khans of Tarkir storyline to tell us how we got to Dragonstorm, which comes out in just a couple weeks. Now, for those of you who don't know, Khans of Tarkir was our first visit to the Tarkir plane in the Magic the Gathering storyline. This story starts out with our buddy Sarkhan Vol right here, walking through Tarkir. This is where he's from, and he's sad, again, still, just hanging out and reflecting on his years before when he was on Tarkir. Now he's walking around thinking about his previous journey on Tarkir and how he, last time he was there, had a big fight with the Mardu clan, and how, more recently, he was enthralled to Nicol Bolas. Now finally, there's a voice speaking to him in his mind, and that's Ugin the Spirit Dragon. It's the ghost of the long-dead spirit dragon, Ugin, and he urges him to find the doorway. So he sets out into the mountain vowing, "I will make us strong again." What's going on? Meanwhile, we have Sorin. Yeah, Sorin Markov, the guy from Innistrad. He's also on Tarkir, and he's also searching for Ugin, because Ugin helped him a long time ago fight against the Eldrazi. Now, you may remember the Eldrazi from Zendikar. It was Sorin and Ugin and someone else called the Lithomancer who locked away the Eldrazi onto Zendikar. They were sealed there, not to be seen again, thousands of years ago. Now, once they're on Tarkir, Sorin searches and eventually finds the Tomb of the Spirit Dragon and finds out Ugin has been dead for years and the multiverse is doomed. Rewind back 6,000 years and we get the story of how Sorin and Nahiri are fighting against these Eldrazi on this plane. We don't know what the plane is, it's just unnamed. And basically, the Eldrazi win. The Eldrazi consume and destroy the entire plane that Sorin and Nahiri are on, and they kind of bounce out of there. But Ugin shows up and explains who the Eldrazi are, and comes up with a plan to lock the Eldrazi on Zendikar. The plan succeeds, and the Eldrazi are locked away for thousands and thousands of years. Meanwhile, back on Tarkir, Zurgo Helmsmasher, this wild dude, fights this big fight and goes after Sarkhan because he wants to settle this fight that he's had with Sarkhan for a very long time. Meanwhile, Sarkhan is journeying into this nexus and trying to figure out what happened at this tomb. And he runs into Narset. And Narset works with Sarkhan and they start looking around and find out the nature of Ugin and what happened. They journey into the Tomb of the Spirit Dragon, but just as they're getting there, all of a sudden, Zurgo shows back up and just goes ham on them. Narset decides she will stay behind and hold off Zurgo so Sarkhan can take care of everything. So Narset fights Zurgo and dies. Narset, done. Dies. Sarkhan goes into the gate, into the Nexus, and that's where Khans of Tarkir ends. Remember, this is Khans of Tarkir. This is the first in a 3-block set. So we also have Fate Reforged and Dragons Tarkir. Stay tuned to find out what happens next in the story that all led up to Dragonstorm, which we have right now.